I just want to dedicate this review to the legend himself, Mr. Tony Todd. May he rest in peace. What's up, HELLRAISERS? Welcome back to yet again another movie review. And today's review is going to be a dedication to the legend that we've lost, the icon, the man himself, Mr. Candyman, no other than Tony Todd himself. Honestly, I grew up watching him on TV when I was little and continued to watch him as I got older as a full-grown adult. And I will have to say this man's voice still to this day gives me the fucking creep. But before we dive into this review, and before we talk about all the good, the bad, and the ugly, let me give you a little bit of plot of what this movie is about. This movie tells a story about a college student looked to debunk the urban legend of a Candyman, and quickly she found out, the more she investigated, the quickly that Candyman himself thought to reveal himself to her and start to work his way back into everyone's nightmare. So Candyman is just one of those slasher films that I saw at a very young age, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, instead of the leprechaun terrorizing the fuck out of me, it should have been Candyman. But it wasn't. It was still Leprechaun. And honestly, I just got done watching this movie. Fuck. Still to this day, this movie still gets under my fucking skin, still to this day. And you're gonna find out why right now. So to kick things off with my very first pro will have to be Tony Todd's voice. This dude has a presence when he speaks. It feels like every time he speaks, it feels like everyone just stops and just listen. Because his presence is just so eerie. The way he speaks, his voice is so loud, so deep. It's not loud as you think, but loud in terms of how deep it is. He can just speak, and it's just everyone just looking at him. That's how fucking passionate his voice is. Not only just his voice, it's just his portrayal, his performance as Candyman himself is fucking insane. I mean, I remember this scene vividly. This is the one scene in the entire movie that scared the living shit out of me. Is when he was standing in that parking lot, smooth as fuck, and just saying, "Holly," with that deep ass voice. That thing got under my skin so much, and I hate parking lots because of this. In particular, closed-in parking lots that's in buildings. I hate that. And every time I go into a closed-door parking lot, I always think about this one thing in the entire film. Another pro for me would have to be right here in my hometown, right here in Chicago. So this movie basically takes place here in Chicago. I guess you say in the project of Chicago. And it really does capture that aesthetic, that whole atmosphere of Chicago. It kind of gives you the gritty and the dark look of the Chicago atmosphere. They do such a fantastic job, which we'll get back to in another section because there's something else that just weighs the intensity of the atmosphere. But yeah, the atmosphere, the look, and different layers even. There's like so many layers where like our main character Holly will go into the project of Chicago and you just see Candyman's mouth wide open like that, and then you see the entire painting and the drawing and the art all over the wall. Then she goes into the bathroom, you got some shit all over the fucking wall written in Candyman's crazy lore, the stuff that he says out of his mouth. Then you got bees all over the place, which, by the way, were real bees in this man's mouth. He basically got paid up to $25,000 plus more if he got stung by a bee. What a fucking legend you are, man. But anyway, yeah, just the entire atmosphere of this fucking film is just so eerie. Just give me the creep. And another pro for me would have to be the fucking music. It is so creepy and so iconic for a lot of fucking reasons. One of the things that I've always remember about the first Candyman film when I was little is the fucking creepy ass music. This music in this film, it gives me goosebumps because it's very soft, it's very basic, but it's so creepy as you watch the film, knowing what's being presented in front of your eyes is what makes the music so creepy and so eerie for a lot of reasons. And this music still to this day still gets under my skin. And I still to this day listen to this fucking soundtrack still to this day. And I'm 32 years old. When I first saw this film, I was about 8 or 9 years old. Maybe younger than that. And it still to this day gets under my fucking skin because it's so effective. Okay, now this is the part where we lean into spoiler, okay? Because this movie been out for a hella long time. It's been out for 32 years. That's how old I am. So basically what ended up happening here is that Helen started to want to learn about this urban legend that a lot of people is afraid of. If you say his name 5 times in a mirror, he will appear. And honestly, every time she tries to investigate, slowly Candyman starts to reveal himself, which is kind of late in the film, if we'll get too into the cons. But honestly, as Helen continues to investigate, you start to see that Candyman starts to reveal himself to her. And so, as the further the movie goes, Candyman is basically gutting. I mean, there's a lot of carnage candy which we'll get back to. And every time he kills somebody, he try to frame it as if like she did it, but it really is him. And so every single time that will happen, people will start to believe that Halle is the crazy person that's doing all this crazy death. And so the movie basically try to do the whole who done it, but you already know who done it, which is very interesting to kind of shoot this movie like this. And so at the end of the film, Halle basically has to go save this baby, which will come and play into the remake that they did with Jordan Peele's Candyman, which we'll get to that one, which I don't like. And so she goes save this baby. And so people quickly realize that she wasn't the one that did it. And so earlier in the film, Halle's husband ended up cheating on her with one of his college students. What a fucking asshole. And then all of a sudden, Halle comes back at the end after the husband realized that he fucked up. But now Halle basically died from saving this baby's life. And so Halle comes back, and the end of that film is just so iconic. And so Halle comes back, and then she ends up killing her husband with the fucking hook that was basically cut off Candyman's hand at the end of the film, and she killed him with that hook. And it's just so fucking iconic for a lot of fucking reasons. If you haven't seen the original Candyman, too bad I already spoiled it for you, but still go check it out. It's still a very effective film. Another poll for me will have to be saying Candyman 5 times. I'm guilty of this. Honestly, when I was a kid, I used to say Candyman 5 times in the mirror. Well, I always got to 4, but I never got to 5 because I actually bought into it. I thought the shit was real. And maybe it is real. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, so I know for a fucking fact we all have said Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times. I already know we all have done it, but this is basically giving you something to, go do yourself. It's something you can try at home. It doesn't require a lot of effort to do. And I'm pretty sure we all are guilty of it. Going back to the sweet carnage candy, baby. Too sweet. One of the most shocking thing in this entire film will have to be the fucking kill. And when I mean it's killed, it's a lot. And I mean a lot of fucking carnage candy, baby. Yes, sign me up. This movie has so many fucking kills and the blood shows, baby. Thank you, Jesus. There's one particular kill in this entire fucking movie, which this video might get me in some trouble for me saying a lot of kills. The fucking kills is crazy in the fucking film. There's one individual kill where Candyman basically gutted this fucking psychic who was talking to Halle. He gutted his ass up. I mean, he tore his ass up. And he basically told Halle, "You're mine now." Oh, Tony Todd. Creepy ass voice. And another quote for me would have to be the fucking practical effect. My God, especially when Candyman opened up his fucking jacket and you see the beads in there and the blood and his bones and his heart and his rib cage. It just looks so real. Oh my God. Carnage candy and practical effect in this film holds up like glue in today's standard. It's just so good to see, and it looks so real to me. To go along with that, the beads itself. the bees is real bees. It does kind of add the much more effectiveness and the much more practical effect that you can possibly get to make it look so real. Just kind of gets under your skin when you really think about it. My final pro will have to be, there's one thing in this film that when Halle goes to kill, when the black lady in the film thought that Halle killed her baby, and that whole scene play out as if like it's happening in real time. It's so dark and so real and so sinister. It just makes the whole movie aesthetic feel so much different than anything else in the film, because it plays out like a dream sequence. It plays out like real time. It plays out as if like I don't really know how to describe this scene. It's just something about that scene that's always stuck out to me, and it's I got goosebumps right now just even talking about it. But my overall thoughts is that Candyman from 1992 will always hold a special place in my heart. And wait till y'all hear my fucking opinion on Candyman 2 and 3 and that fucking one from 2021, I believe. But anyway, yeah, just wait till y'all hear. But this first movie gets a fucking A+. It's so iconic, effective, and so good. I do have a con for this film though, is that Candyman take a long ass time to reveal himself, and I get it. They basically building up to it, but sometimes this film got some drag spots, aka some boring spots. But anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap up my review on the very first ever Candyman film. Make sure y'all stay tuned for all the rest of the films, and we will be dropping a ranking on this entire fun time. So, Mr. Tony Todd, rest in peace, brother. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap up this review. Make sure you consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the fucking bell notification so that when I drop another lit video for the channel, you'll be the first ones to get it. And I hope to catch you here in my next video.